Alright, so in the previous video, we created the actual view for the conversation page. In this video, we're going to create the actual logic for the conversation page. The logic is just going to be the form actions for the different components in the page. So let's get straight into it. In the previous video, we created this file, the plus page.server.ts. So open it up. You can see, if you followed the previous video, you have an export const actions and it's just going to be an empty object. So let's go inside here and let's create three functions, one called send message. They're all going to be asynchronous and they're going to take locales, request, and params. So that's the first one. The second one is going to be send image, and the third one is going to be remove message. All right, once you created these three functions, open up the first one and let's get access to the auth model. So we say auth model is equal to locales dot PocketBase dot auth store dot model. And then we have to check if the auth model is actually valid. So we say validate user auth model. So if it's not valid, we just throw redirect 303 to slash sign up. So let's import the redirect function right here. And then let's get access to the form data. So you go to await request dot form data. And then const message content is equal to form data dot get message. So you can see we validate to see if the user is actually authenticated, and we get access to the form data, and then we get access to the string that they send as a message. So let's create a try catch block, and inside let's actually verify to see if the message content is actually valid. So then once you validated it, let's get access to the actual conversation. So conversation collection, so let's just scroll down. Conversation collection is equal to locals.pocketbase.collection, and then we just say conversation as the collection name. So then we get access to the actual conversation, saying that is going to be a type of record model and conversation or undefined. So then we just say await conversation collection dot get one, and then we say params dot conversation dot id. So you can see we get access to the conversations collection. Then we query it to see if we actually find one with the actual conversation ID. And if we don't, we just throw a new error. So if not conversation, throw new error, conversation not found. So then let's create the message. So const message is going to be a type of message. So then the content is going to be message content. Content type is going to be message. User ID is a type of auth model.id. User ID is also going to be a new date dot to ISO string. ID is going to be type of UUID. So let's go up to the top of this file and let's import v4 as UUID from UUID. Oh, let's make sure the colon. And then we say created. No, wait, this is created, not user ID. So then let's check to see if the conversation messages is not past the maximum. So we say messages dot length is greater than or equal to, wait, let's say greater than or equal to 50. So we say conversation dot messages is equal to an array message dot 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 conversation dot messages dot slice 0 through 50. Else we say conversation dot messages is equal to message and dot 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 conversation dot messages. So you see we check to see if they surpass the limit on the conversation messages. And if they did, we just remove the extra messages to make sure that they don't surpass it. But if they don't, we simply just concatenate these messages with the new message. So then finally, once we have access to the final messages or the final conversation, we say locals.PocketBase admin because this is admin function. We say collection conversations dot update, and then we also give the conversation dot ID, and then we give them an object saying messages is a type of, no, it's actually gonna be conversation dot messages. So then in the catch block, we say console dot log error, and then we say if error is an instance of error, we just return the error as the text. So we just return error dot message. So then below we just say return error is unknown, error occurred when sending message. And then by default, we're just gonna throw redirect back to the $params dot conversation underscore ID. So basically, we just return them back to the same page they came from. So you see, we validate the message, and let's make sure to fix this typo right here. We get access to the conversation, we check if it actually exists, and then we just update it. Oh, and let's make sure to fix this. This is not. So then, below in the send image, let's open this function up and let's copy everything from here because this is very similar. Let's copy this down and let's paste. So instead of getting the message content, we remove this and we say photo, and we get the photo, and then we make sure that the photo is an instance of photo. So then we modify this message saying that the result dot message photos dot result dot message photos dot length. We say result, and now let's get the result right here. So after we validate the conversation, we say const result is equal. So let's just copy this down. And then we just update the conversation that we have. So we say update conversation dot ID. Let's name this as result. And we're going to provide that the message photos is just going to add the message. So then let's verify to see. So you can see we update the actual collection to include the photo as part of the images, and then we get the message. Wait, let's make sure we return this as result. So we upload the image, and then we just send it as a message. We send the content as the link for the message photo. So right here you see the conversation collection. We're referencing the conversation collection from the client PocketBase and not from the admin PocketBase. So we gotta say locals.PocketBase admin.update, and then we also get a reference to the collection conversations. Fix this type over here. And let's make sure to change this to image. Let's make sure to fix this typo right here and right here. So then let's copy this and let's paste this down into the remove message function. And you can see that instead of getting the photo, we say message ID, and then we also say message dash ID. So then let's verify to see if the message ID is actually valid. So then below this, we just remove the result, right? And then we check to see let is admin to see if conversation.admins.includes auth model.id. So we check if the user is admin. And then let's remove this. So we say let message found is equal to conversation dot messages dot find. Then we say msg dot id is equal to message id. So then we make sure to find the message, and then we say const user does not own message is equal to not parentheses message found and message found dot user id does not equal to auth model dot id. So then we see we find the message, and then we also check if the user has ownership of the message, and if they don't, they could delete it only if they are admin. So then we say if not is admin and user does not own message. So if they don't have ownership over the message and they're not admin, we throw a new error saying that they do not have permission. So user does not have permission to remove this message. And so you see, let's do some more checks for this to see if this is an image. So we say let is image is equal to false, and then we say let image URL is equal to an empty string. And the reason we're doing this check is to see, because if we delete a message and we actually delete the real message in the JSON, we don't actually delete the image from the collection. We have to delete the image and then the message. So then let's go over here and we say let messages is equal to conversation dot messages dot filter. So we say msg const equals is equal to msg dot id does not equal to message id. So if it does not equal, we say is image is equal to msg dot content type is equal to image, and then we say image URL is equal to msg dot content. So then we just return equals. Oh, let's make sure to fix this typo right here. So then we make sure to see if the message is actually equal, and if it's not equal, we see if it is equal, we mark the is image to make sure that the content type is equal to image, and we say image URL is equal to content type. No, this is gonna be content. Oh, let's make sure to fix this typo. So then let's do an if statement. We say if is image. So let's wrap this around here, and then we update not just the images, but we also say that the message underscore photos, and we add a minus at the end. Make sure to add the minus to make sure that PocketBase knows that we're trying to remove this message or this image actually. So we say message image, message photos minus, and then we provide an array saying message URL. So then else, if it's not an image, we just update the messages. So we just go like this. So then let's go over here. And let's say if it is an instance of error, we return fail with a code of 500. That the error is error dot message. And then we also wrap this around parentheses and we say 500 on the beginning. First of all, we wrap this around fail and we say 500. And that's it. So once you're done with this code, go over to say like this. So once you're done with this code, let's do npm run dev in the terminal. And let's also run // PocketBase serve. So then open up localhost. So you can see we already have a message open. And if we type a message, let's say test, it's sent. And you see it opens up the trash can. So let's add test 1, test 2, test 3. So if we open up Chrome So you see, if we go over here, you can see I see the messages, and I also see my point of view. So if we go over to Pocket Base, let's go. Now you can see if we go to conversation, we have the actual message JSON right here. So now let's upload a photo. Let's submit, and you can see it's uploaded. And if we go over here, it's uploaded too. What the? And you can see I could delete it from my screen, but he can't delete mine's. Look, if I delete it, you see it goes away. And if I delete mine's, like so, I could delete all my messages like that. Thank you for watching. I hope this video served you some value. I hope you learned from this video. Like, subscribe, and comment.